Design thinking is the most widely used innovation process. The Silicon Valley-based product design consultancy IDEO identified 5 stages in design thinking: empathy, define, ideate, prototype, and test. You can see the most important tools and techniques associated with each stage here. So empathy tools include observation, ethnographic interviews, and desk research. Useful tools for defining the problem include affinity mapping, empathy mapping, journey mapping, personas, and point of view statements. Ideation tools include creative hybrid brainstorming, inspirational stimulants like how might we and what if, association, what's next, and look sideways. Prototyping techniques include napkin sketches, storyboards, role play, physical mock-ups, and digital prototypes. And for experimentation, we use tracking actions like Google AdWords or A/B or split tests, as well as sales testing tools like pre-sales, mock sales, and pilots. Finally, note that design thinking is not a linear process, but rather an adaptive, iterative, and cyclical one. Eric Ries developed a lean startup innovation process in 2013, focused on the idea of build, measure, learn. Rapid iterations of this build, measure, learn cycle produces evidence and therefore helps to reduce the risk and uncertainty associated with the innovation. It is also important to know when to pivot out of an idea and maybe examine the problem in a new way. So it's iterate and pivot. Iterate and pivot. Finally, business model innovation was developed by Osterwalder and Pigneur in 2014. A business model describes how an organization creates, delivers, and captures value. The business model canvas contains 9 key building blocks: customer segments, value proposition, channels and customer relationships, key resources, key activities, key partnerships, revenues, and costs. We use the canvas dynamically, working in teams, writing our hunches or guesses for each of the 9 building blocks on post-its before getting out of the building to validate these hunches with customers. Value Proposition Canvas is a complementary tool that zooms in specifically on needs, wants, and aspirations of your customer segments and how to create value for them. Finally, a word on what big business must do to institutionalize innovation. They must provide guidance and support to develop capabilities and practice and reflect on the essential processes and tools. In the words of Craig Gwinnett, Chief Creative Officer at Procter & Gamble, big business must encourage innovation to make it ordinary.